morning, everybody. I wanted to start this vlog off in a different place and in a different way. Usually this would be at the end, but I wanted to make sure that everybody saw it in the beginning. I know that everybody doesn't make it to the end of the video. That's fine. I don't make it to the end of... Sorry, I'm getting pulled on by the puppy. Come here, Aspen. We'll go on a walk in a minute. I don't make it to the end of some videos either, but I wanted to begin the new year in a special way and say thank you. Thank you to our family for being so supportive. Thank you to people who have joined, like and comment. I can't express enough gratitude to David and Ruth, my dad and his wife, for coming here several times and working their butts off, to my mom for coming and working her butt off, and for gifting us the materials to close on the side of the barn. It has made such an incredible difference. I want to thank my sister for the goats because we love them and I'm so excited for the future with them. I want to thank Matt for putting up with all of the projects. I know that this is a mutual endeavor, but he humors me greatly. I'm incredibly grateful for two kids who are not always the first out of the gate, but they show up and they put their very best foot forward. I also wanted to say that one of the most interesting things to me and rewarding is that through the YouTube thing, it's kind of opened up a whole community of people I really didn't know were there and would not have made contact with otherwise. I'm excited to be inspired by them and to whatever kind of encouragement or inspiration our little channel or our little antics do. I'm grateful to be a part of that, contributing and also on the receiving end. So 2020 may have been a rough year, and it definitely was, and I'm sure there are families who had it a lot tougher than ours, but it has also come with many great gifts, and I have to reflect on those because I would be doing the entire year a disservice if I didn't show appreciation. That whole little thing stems from a recent experience just a few years ago where I took a position at a job, and every single day of work I was thanked at the end of the day. It didn't matter if the day was good or bad or the most productive day, I was still thanked every single day. And it's something I've decided is incredibly important to do. Sorry, the puppy's eating, I think, part of a tree. I've decided it's something very important to have in our lives to show gratitude because it can make such a difference. It makes us happy to get up the next day and go right back to it. It's the same thing over and over again, but it's that little bit of thankfulness that's expressed that makes such a big difference. So I've tried to incorporate it in my life because I didn't even know it was missing. I try and thank people for the silliest of things as much as possible. So thank you all for being here and joining us on our little adventure. Okay, so beginning of the year tour on probably one of the worst days. We had rain the past entire day, and I don't mean a little rain, I mean it's poured. So it's leafless and wet and ugly, but that's what it's gonna be. Thank goodness it's not raining right now. I'm gonna pop the drone in the air, get you an aerial view, and then we're gonna walk around and I'm gonna show you everything that we did in 2020 because it's setting us up for a great year in 2021. With a, I don't know, voiceover, whatever, for continuity. So when I edit it, if I can't figure out how to voice over, I can do it this way. But if you hear cars and whatnot, that would be why. So I'm going to go up a little bit from back here, just make sure I don't run into any trees. You can see me down on the road. Okay, so there's our road in our house. If I pan this way, the tree line has a little creek, usually that's flowing. That outlines the property. It actually goes all the way around, and then it has little drainage areas that there's 3 of them. I'm not sure how often they are, but they're pretty nifty. That's what we call the big yard. The house to the right is not ours. However, our property, that tree line and just beyond it to the driveway are ours. So it's kind of funky how it's cut out because our property wraps around theirs. But please excuse the mess. It has been raining. We have lots of burn piles, so we can't burn them at this time because of all the rain. So there's the house. You can see Matt's shooting bench on the back of the house and that shooting range. Let me see if I can get over there and give you a better view. You can see it. Goes all the way down. I forget how long it is. Goes all the way down there. I'll take you to the last berm and then we'll swing around and come back. Berm number 2, or whatever he calls them. And the last berm is back there. And our property extends a little ways past that. And then that's it. And you can see the little, what we call the creek or stream. There it is. To the left of the screen. Go up a little bit. And I'm going to pan. So our property pretty much shoots over that way. All those trees. And then you can see where it would stop over there. It's just under 20 acres of trees. No pasture land. So let's head back. So Matt's done that whole strip by hand. And then we've got our first horse paddock that we put in. There it is. And when I talk about our extending it, this area to the left is what we're working on right now. You can see a burn pile down there. That's one of about 4 already. So that's what we're working on right now. And then the paddock is going to extend all the way out that way. It'll give us 3 more areas. That way we can continue our rotational paddock system. So I'm going to slide over here. And that's the horse trailer. You can see the Premier One fencing because it's yellow. Back in here, you can't see them. Maybe you can. No, you really can't. Oh, there they are. That's the buck area right there. So all this electric tape is coming out probably this weekend because the horses aren't going to be there. And that's going to be where we are able to rotate the goats. That's this pasture area. So to the left of the fencing is where a rotting single wide sat that has since been cleaned up. And then we have our goat area here. It's not usually this wet, but it has just been pouring. The girls must all be inside, I guess. The barn. And Matt has started working on his plans to remodel the half of the single wide. He worked that out yesterday. And you can see we have a burn pile over here. The little shed isn't ours. There's another driveway through here. We really don't use that, but we do like the burn pile for marshmallows and stuff. The goat hut right there in the trees. We like having them in the trees in summer, especially when it's hot. It cuts down on how uncomfortable they are so much. And our goat kidding stall and run is right there behind the barn. And then our 3 rabbit hutches. The first garden area. The chicken coop. And then you can just come back out the driveway. And that to the left is our rabbit tractor. All right, so now that you've seen it from the sky, which is pretty cool because that's the second time I've seen it from the sky, I'll do a walk around with you and let you know what we've done to the place. So when we first came, we moved in fall of 2019. We actually moved in during hurricane evacuation. And the first thing we did right quick was the bedrooms and our bathroom all had some icky green carpet. We ripped it all out. We put new flooring in. We updated the kids' bathroom. We put new toilets. So we're fairly tall. Matt's 6'3" and change. I'm 5'9", and our kids are not short either. So they had these teeny tiny little toilets. I know this is probably TMI, but it's one of the first things we did. And it was like free fall every time we'd sit down. So we went and got new toilets and the flooring, and that's pretty much what we did inside. And we painted the bedrooms. Beyond that, we haven't had time or finances to do any more of the updates we'd like to. We're all much more interested in getting the outside to a manageable state, which will take its own investment and time. So we're just going with that. But these are the improvements we've made so far. We put in, which looks like a swimming pool, our chicken coop. First we did the chicken coop and run. And then the kids and I added that little area here where the ducks live. I think that we're going to be processing the ducks because we want to raise turkey this year. I think we're just going to go ahead and do that. We put in this garden. We rented a tiller and tilled it up. And Matt did that, and I got soil because we weren't sure how it would do. And we put soil down, which I'll probably do again this year. And we've been reconstituting it all fall. It's covered now, but it's been reconstituting. It is just the worst day to do this. Even Matt said that, and he's right. The next thing we did, Matt and the kids, very quickly one weekend when I went to pick up the horses, between work and everything else, he and the kids just slapped up a pen. That's what they lived in for a couple months while we cleared this area and put up this fencing. And then, let's see, where did we go from there? I think after that we built the rabbit cages, or at least one of the rabbit cages. We'll walk that way next, because I'm pretty sure that's what came next. So I'll take you over to see the bunnies. And we're just about to move one of the bunnies' babies out into the rabbit tractor with the other babies, and we're going to have 8 babies, or a total of 16 babies, and the moms can just rest for the rest of the winter. All right, so this is the first one we built. We built it out of stuff that we found here. This is the next one that we built, and the design is a considerable upgrade. I love this hutch. This is the third one we built, and for our needs, these stalls work wonderfully. We just have to add legs to it, which we haven't had time. All right, after that, Matt did in that time period build a little buck hut for Houdini, and now Hootie and his guy buddy live in there, HB. We built this. It's our little, it's not Edwardian. What is it? Elizabethan? I don't know. It's our little tree house for the goats. The littler goats love it. The big goats, not so much. The nice thing is, because we get such wet weather, they can get up off the ground, and then you'll see the cinder blocks under there. We usually have a piece of wood, which we moved out there for now. So, another thing we've done is, and this is very recent, and there is a video. There's video of that one. I don't have a video of everything because I didn't start videoing right away. Yes, I regret it. If you get a new piece of property, if you're going to make improvements, start videoing and taking better pictures than I did. This wall, still one of my favorite things. Not because it's new, because I don't have to look at the piece of crap that was there before. So, we just did this one, what was it, in November. And that's a lovely update. And we're still, when it's dry, we're able to rake up and clear the ground. Our kidding stall, very simple design. It's just a stall with a roof and a door and a nice little run. Honestly, it works perfectly for 1 or 2 does. I love it. We're hoping to add a second and or the modular stalls inside the barn. So let's walk around, and we keep hay and feed. One of the mamas and babies lives in there. She doesn't get along with the other ones, so that works. So this is the fencing that I was talking about here. That tape hasn't been able to come down because there was a horse back in that paddock, but we're putting him with her, so that's coming out. And this is just goat space. But, of course, there's another video with this build. With the goat shelter. And Sutton's on her mom again. How's that working out, Cricket? You gotta tell her she's too big. So, in addition to building all the stuff, clearing all the things, we had to come by animals. And we started that at the beginning of the pandemic. Not intentionally, but if you've ever tried to find animals, they're kind of like toilet paper. Everybody wanted them. I had to drive far distances to get them. So we first got our chickens, which wasn't as big of a problem. We got those ordered before things kind of got congested. Finding rabbits was hard to get started. Then I had to go to Michigan to get the goats because those were coming from my sister. And ducks came with the chickens. What else? Guinea fowl came with the chickens. But yeah, it was interesting. Thank you if you have made it this far. We really do appreciate you and the time that you take. Everybody who takes time out of their day to watch one of these, it's just appreciated. Just know that. Thank you. Have a happy new year. I hope you all take care and be safe. I will see you in the next video.